Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a very specific and sometimes tricky diagnostic trouble code, P061B. This one is particularly interesting because it's a Lincoln-only fault code, and it's labeled as internal torque calculation performance. If you've got a Lincoln and this code has popped up, you're in the right place. So, what exactly does P061B mean? In simple terms, the powertrain control module, or PCM, is constantly performing complex calculations to figure out how much torque the engine is producing. It's like the brain of your car, doing math at lightning speed to ensure everything runs smoothly. It takes a ton of information from various sensors, like the mass airflow sensor, throttle position sensor, and many others to calculate this torque value. The P061B code gets set when the PCM detects a discrepancy. It's basically saying, hey, the torque I'm calculating doesn't match what I expect it to be, or the calculation process itself has a problem. It's an internal self-check failure within the PCM. Now, let's talk about the symptoms you might experience. This is where it can get a bit vague. Sometimes, the only symptom is the check engine light itself. You might not notice any difference in how your Lincoln drives. However, in other cases, you could see some real performance issues. This might include reduced engine power, where the car feels sluggish and doesn't accelerate like it used to. You could also experience rough idling, hesitation when you press the gas pedal, or even stalling in some situations. Because the PCM is unsure about the engine's torque output, it often goes into a failsafe or limp mode to protect the engine and transmission from potential damage. So, what causes this P061B code? Since it's an internal performance code, the most common culprit is often the PCM itself. It could be a software glitch or an internal hardware failure within the module. This is why it's super important to always check for any available software updates from Lincoln first. A simple reflash or update can sometimes be all it takes to fix the problem. Dealerships and well-equipped independent shops can perform this for you. But before you rush to replace the PCM, which can be expensive, there are other potential causes to rule out. A faulty sensor providing incorrect data to the PCM can throw off its calculations. For example, a failing mass airflow sensor or a throttle body can send skewed readings, causing the PCM to set this code. Also, don't overlook wiring issues. A damaged wire, a loose connection, or corrosion in the connectors leading to the PCM or related sensors can interrupt the data flow and trigger the P061B code. A low battery voltage or a bad ground can also cause all sorts of strange electronic issues, including this one. When it comes to diagnosis, start with the simple stuff. Check for any other stored trouble codes. If you have codes for specific sensors, like the MAF or throttle position sensor, address those first, as they are likely the root cause. A professional-grade scan tool is a huge help here because it can show you live data from all the relevant sensors. You can watch the data streams and see if any readings look out of place or erratic. Next, perform a thorough visual inspection of the wiring harness around the engine and PCM. Look for any signs of damage, chafing, or corrosion. Check the ground connections to make sure they are clean, tight, and secure. Test your battery and charging system to ensure you have a stable voltage supply. If all of that checks out and there are no other codes, the next logical step is to check for PCM software updates. If an update is available, get it done. If the code still returns after the update and all other possibilities have been exhausted, then it's likely time to consider replacing the PCM, remember. A new PCM will need to be programmed specifically for your vehicle's VENG. To sum it up, P061B is a Lincoln-specific code pointing to a problem with the PCM's internal torque calculation. While it often points to the PCM itself, always rule out other possibilities, like sensor failures, wiring issues, and low voltage before jumping to a replacement. And definitely check for software updates. I hope this breakdown helps you understand and tackle the P061B code. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more diagnostic tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.